Welcome to the Knights of the Porg Republic's game replays. This was a game recorded at Good Games Adelaide on the 12th of January, and it's using the new points from the first season in 2020. We have Scott versus Jarrad, and Scott has the 4 Inquisitors, each with supernatural reflexes, passive sensors, and ion missiles. And I'll let Jarrad explain his own list.
Yep. So I made up a list the morning of. I had a look at the new points and try to figure out what kind of went down a little bit. So I tried the Jump Master. So I've got Asajj with Kira, Contraband Cybernetics, and Shadowcaster title. Tell with BT1, Contraband, Fearless, and Punching One, and then have Forlong with IG, Advanced Asset, and Mist Hunter. So I'll say straight up, worked out halfway through the day that Fearless doesn't actually work with the Jump Master anymore because it's not actually fun arc attack. So yeah, that
So
was a
hopefully you
learning
haven't.
point.
Hopefully you didn't use it in this game.
Yes. But yeah, so this is a fun game against Scott.
Yeah, Scott's list is pretty interesting. He took a variant of this to the Australian System Open, but it's with supernatural reflexes and just trying to figure out where they're going to be going can be kind of difficult.
Yeah, and it is actually really good that if he wants to, he can do some boost or barrel roll and get a focus before moving, and then to do that blue move and then get another action. So that's when his passive sensors comes into it.
Yeah,
So
just as we've seen here.
Yeah, so initiative 3, he can sit back, and then as you come into his range, he can then get those target locks to use those iron missiles. So here, I do have Asajj with the title so that I can get tractors, which I wanted to just have a little play with, even with the new rules reference about how he can rotate anyway.
Yeah, it's an interesting change.
Yeah, and I think it is interesting how they brought that in, so it's not so horribly negative if you do get tracted. Like if you get tracted just out of your arc before you could shoot, then it's useless then.
Yeah, it gives back some, I guess, agency to the player to stop you having to either, go over a rock twice or
And even like being tractor beamed to be facing a board edge, like it's not, you're not going to lose a game from a bad tractor and then you're then having to fly off the board. You've got the option to move away. Whilst it's not great, but at least you're then still in the game.
So what was your, I guess your, how you wanted to open the engagement with Scott here?
Here I was looking to try to get him to come in closer to those rocks so I could try to tractor him to them. And I'm trying to spread it around my forces so that if he has to commit to one, the other two can flank a bit better.
Yeah, and they're all fairly beefy ships.
And with the Jump Master, you basically have to set it up on the right hand side and like just circle around doing left turns.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it gets really tricky with trying to fly. And so I just wanted to have a go with the points dropping further on the Jump Master to put it on the table and see.
I think it's a pretty solid platform. They just seem to, from the change from first edition to second edition, they changed to they went a bit overboard with the nerfing of it.
Yeah, the dial is really bad, and then having to rotate your arc, and it's a red. If you want to be able to rotate, a red barrel roll as well, like it can't really maneuver very well.
Yeah. Even if it was a like action into rotate for everything.
Mm.
So you still got a focus or a target lock or a barrel roll or something. And
Well, you do like it's a focus or target lock into rotate, but that's still not great anyway. You don't really want to rotate your arc if you have the title. It
yeah,
is
that's
pretty
true.
much a large base front arc weaponry.
That could possibly be why people just needed to change their mindset with it rather than
Mm.
think of it as a turret ship. It's just a single arc ship.
Yeah, and I think hopefully with illicits it can get a bit better, and if they can bring out some, I don't know, better illicits for scum. So with contraband going down in price quite a lot, that was actually a big help.
Yeah.
But
And they gave it a cannon slot as well, I think.
yeah, it's got a cannon slot, so you could put. I've heard about you put auto blaster on them.
Yeah. Ooh.
So here I've hit the gas cloud, and I was like, "Oh." So first roll to see if I'd take
Nothing.
the strain, but I didn't. So I was okay.
So it's only on a focus that you take a strain, isn't it?
Hit or focus.
Oh, hit or focus, yeah.
So, which I quite enjoy, like the idea that it's no longer just real easy mode of clouds that you can just fly over. You lose your action, but it doesn't. There's no consequence, really.
Yeah. Much better.
Yeah.
So here you've got two ships.
Yeah, and
All
then
mid
Tell's
range.
still a bit slow coming in around that rock.
And it looks like he's maybe got 3 to 4 ships on both of your ships. So he
Yeah,
can.
and here I was like, well, Ketsu coming in like that, and he has position one right next to that rock. So I was like, okay, well, that's going to be my first attack, is to hope to get just that one damage through to be able to tractor.
Yeah.
And even with the Shadowcaster and quite fly as a front arc attack anyway with the Shadowcaster title,
Yeah.
I try to just play it like that. But it has the option you can rotate it, but it is a lot of points to then only be a 2 dice attack. So
Yeah.
here
And
I chose the to use Sarge's ability because I was trying to see if I could get him to
hit
remove.
focus blank.
Yep. So here I'm like, do I spend the other force to get 2
Yes.
and just hope?
Oh,
I'm trying to
crit.
get him to force his token usage, but I actually got 1 through on that.
And you're able to tractor him.
So I was able to tractor beam him and get him on that rock, and then that denies 1 his shot. And yeah, and he took another damage from the rock.
Ouch.
So yeah, that definitely paid off. And here now the Inquisitors are going to start getting all their target locks.
Oh, yeah. So
yep, so he's going to start using his ion missiles. It is interesting though that the ion missile will only do 1 damage, but then it'll do ion. So
yeah.
and against Asajj, like it'll take a long time to actually do. So here he gets like all 3
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
through.
Well, now he just needs to get another 1 iron on you and your
Yeah,
iron.
and it ion. But so here goes his another one.
Oh, that's. Oof.
And more
Should have
focuses.
focused.
Yeah. So I was like, well, there's no point me spending that evade.
No.
Because it would still do the same thing. So you got 4 iron tokens onto me, but
There's no point in putting more. I don't think there's any abilities that change with iron tokens. So
yeah, no. So then he just does the. I think he just does a normal attack,
2.
and then spend his focus for 2.
Spend your evade.
Yep. So I take 1. And then have fall on. So to sort of follow up that
Yeah, I
attack
think
onto that one. Because it's tracted, it's got no token, no force.
Yeah.
And the others would be through the gas cloud. And that's that auto thrusters, which is horrible.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah.
But he did a pretty good roll there.
Mm.
Takes 1 crit, which is console fire.
Console fire. But then, that poor little Inquisitor now is on 1 hole left and he's on the rock. So we'll have to fly through it. Now, Asajj is ironed, so we'll do that 1 forward. And I was a bit worried that was starting to look a bit close to that rock as well.
Yeah, it does look fairly close.
There's a large base that just moves so far. So it's interesting about dice results, actually. So it was funny playing when we played, talking to Scott about it, that first round of combat, about me being able to get that attack through with Asajj, and he was really worried about his evade dice. But actually, looking at it, I rolled none. So off 7 dice. So actually, I had bad dice.
Yes. Oh, and
Yeah,
that
so
really
he
hit.
loses an Inquisitor now, which is not good for him.
Well, I mean, he may have also lost it from console fire, so but it still would have shot.
Yeah, it still would have had that shot. So yeah, being able to do that, the boost into the focus, and then do a blue move is so good.
Yeah.
So just spending your force to do
double
that.
modded.
Well, yeah, and he can do that, and then he can either go for. So he uses the passive sensors then.
I think passive sensors is a really good upgrade on ships like this.
Mm. Yeah, I think it was really interesting. The passive sensors really did help the lower initiative ships to be able to use ordnance. Because if he didn't have that, then there would have been no way for him to get those target locks in that round. So it would have only been his primary shots then, and now he would have been trying to get target locks.
And I dare say if Asajj wasn't ironed, she wouldn't be doing 1 forward.
Yeah.
So that was, he's evaded on 2 of them.
No, it was actually interesting here. I didn't quite think that one through. I was stressed and I couldn't pass off that stress from fall on from the turn before. So I went, okay, I'll do the blue so you get my action. Not thinking they could have just done a white and then passed off the stress anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Possibly you weren't thinking his ships would be there.
Yeah. So I took the. I did actually take a strain. So here I was just checking to see if that would actually fit because I wasn't sure if he had blocked me.
Oh. That's fairly unlucky for him.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. And then, so I was able to still take my focus. And he is, yeah, the jump master coming in to still be relevant.
I mean, I don't know how much it would have done in the previous turn. You may have been able to get, the way you're going, it could have done a extra damage or two onto one of the Inquisitors, but I think you had a very favorable first round.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to get that one Inquisitor on the rock so he couldn't shoot, and then being able to get it to one hole.
Yeah, and depending on what you do here, evade and focus, maybe not, but there is the possibility that you could get another Inquisitor on a rock.
Mm. But yeah,
And the ability
I
with the
wanted to
Sarge to
use the
stress,
Sarge's ability. Yeah,
I think, is big on the supernatural.
Yeah.
Because it just shuts that down.
Yeah. So yeah, I had my attack, and it's just over the back corner of that ship.
Oh,
So then I was like, well, I can focus fire onto that one.
fairly average,
Yeah.
below average, maybe.
Yes, and I was like, do I spend it or not to get the two? But yeah, just get the one through. Which one was it? That one. Number one. And yeah, so then that gives it the tractor beam. But
Yeah,
I was like, do I want to move it so that it can't shoot me? But then I'm like, he can just rotate. So that's interesting there. So here I've, Tel's having a shot at the
so
tractor
that's
beam because I've got the target lock. So I can spend that for two, but then he's actually obstructed
yeah. So
as well. So we'll just like talking that one through. And then it was like, actually, no, it was he can spend the token and it was obstructed, so he didn't take any damage from it.
yeah, that's interesting. Maybe keeping the token would have been better.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, you'd be taking one damage.
See, so he could have done more to you then.
Yeah.
So 3 and takes 2 on the Sarge.
Yeah. So then, yeah, he had a lot of tokens. He was getting that sort of damage through, and then I'd spend the focus to take one more.
Yeah. So Sarge is hurting at the moment.
Yeah, well, the Sarge is now down to half, and here I've got a full on,
Oh,
just roll 4.
oh. And just blank out.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that went definitely in my favor on that roll. I just thought that I'd get 1 or 2 more damage through.
Yeah, so it looks like your evades are still fairly low, but Scott's are even worse at the moment.
Yeah, now they've gone really bad.
Actually, Scott's dice altogether, other than his focus on hits, are looking pretty poor. So I'm guessing here, Sarge is just gonna 5K.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at
And
because
then,
he has to move away. But then I was like, if he wanted to, he could one hard barrel roll to block me. But I'm like, then he's facing the wrong way anyway. And I was like, I didn't think he would want to do that.
yeah, especially now, he needs as much time on your ships as he can.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
That boost and one turn or barrel roll on one turn is crazy on a small ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what the barrel roll on one turn is basically just rotating your ship 90 degrees.
Mm. And see here, I think he knew that's where I'd be going. So he does that. So he can get he'll get a shot on me, but he won't be able to block me by
Yeah.
doing that 5K.
And Forlom's just stopping.
Well, here I was like, I think I went, I think I did a 2K. And I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was like, I can't advance sensor like roll type thing. And then I was really worried that he'd actually just block me there. Like I was going to run
Yeah,
into the back of that one. And I was
that
trying
looks
to work
pretty
out if I
close.
could, yeah, I was trying to work out if I could barrel roll down the board and then get that K turn right in front of Visage to then get the shot on the back one.
Oh, yeah. I think the barrel roll would fit.
So yeah, there was a lot of I was trying to think through that one a little bit.
And then Tell, I'm going to assume, is going slow. I would have thought a one bank
I'm trying to remember if I did the
down.
one straight with the intent to barrel, or did I? Oh no, that's right. I chose to jam. I think I was choosing to jam him because in case if I did bump into the back of him, and then the Sarge could shoot,
Oh, yeah, that's a
but then
good idea.
then I actually like put it down and went, actually it fits. It was like just fit.
It was probably Scott bumping your ship over that made it fit.
Probably.
But that looks like you don't have the bottom Inquisitor in Arc.
Yeah, well, I can't remember if it did or not. But now the really good thing about being there, if that survives, I can give him that stress.
Yeah. And then he's in a pretty awful position.
Yeah, well, then he's faced away and he can't do the supernatural actions because he's stressed.
Oh, and transferring your lock.
Yeah, I think it was. That was from 4.
Ooh,
Yeah, and so
did
then
you?
that just fit. Like, oh no, I think it just hit it.
Yeah, I think it moved.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I rolled a crit.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, I'll take it. And he goes, oh, no, you're fine. I was like, yeah. So the time when a crit actually paid off. So I think we're just talking about where we thought we were going to actually end up. Yeah, and I was just trying to decide if I wanted to use the Sarge's ability. So I did to try to get him to either spend that focus or take another
Yeah.
strength. Yeah,
range
so
1.
it's range 1 attack. But,
So
no.
a crit and 2 hits and 1 evade.
Yeah. So number 3
is down to half as well.
Yeah. And then so I can give it a tractor, and I was like, do I move it to try to push it back so that Forlom could then get a shot?
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That looks like Forlom should have a shot.
And then it was if he wanted to rotate or not.
Yeah, you'd want to.
Yeah, well, because then it looks
Because
like he doesn't have a shot.
right now, yeah.
Yeah. And now Tell has that range 1 shot at him. And
Evades it.
Yeah, so he's fine. And now here, so he does the ion.
And that's a
In blanks.
almost ion ship.
Yeah. But then that's the thing where on these big health ships, it's not that bad.
Oh, 3. Nice.
Yeah.
Takes 1.
So takes 1 more on Asajj and took 1 ion. So here now, so
Oh
no, I think it was still
no.
just out.
Yeah, that angle can be tricky sometimes.
Yeah, so now I've got that range 2 shot and that get 2 and he blanks out, which is harsh.
I feel like that's one of the downsides to a 4-hull ship is if you blank out, you'll give up a ship or half points very easily.
Well, then, even in that, he had no tokens, he had no force. So it was still very susceptible, but, should have had a better chance of getting 1.
Yeah, because you can see his evade results are just very low, and focus are very low as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the bump keeps the stress.
Yep. Yeah, well, it gave him.
Oh, 2, yeah.
Yeah, because I gave him the 1 from Forlom, so he was double stressed. Now he's come in for that.
That's a nice move.
Chase Tell.
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did the stop and get the calculate shower.
Yeah.
It is a really cool combo with IG, so that you can get multiple. And I just did that with the intent that I would bump anyway.
Yeah, it's probably no way out of it unless you were to 4 straight or something, 5 straight over it. Does Asajj have it in arc though?
Yeah, that will be there.
It looks like it does.
Yeah.
And then Tell is
Scott was trying to steal my.
Steal your template.
Yeah, and I was saying that I was meant to, as I was talking to him, I said I was going to use contraband, thinking that template would fit, but it just hit the edge, so it was a wasted contraband.
Yeah. But didn't take a strain again.
Yep. So yeah, and that was the turn before I was able to use contraband with Assange when I did the 5K.
Yeah.
So that's
3 or 2 and a crit.
Yep.
And 1 evade.
So,
Fuel leak.
fuel leak. So it was
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. That one's dead.
Oh, yeah. So definitely doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then Tell can have a range 2 attack on that one.
Oh, yeah. Hit crit.
Yeah. So
spend the focus.
Spend it, take no damage.
Oh,
and he's got nothing. And then I was just trying to work out if it was obstructed. It was just out. So
3. Oh.
3. Takes the 2. So yeah, it was a good game. That was very brutal of poor Scott losing Inquisitor pretty much every turn of combat. Like there was 4 turns of combat.
Yeah.
And it was just,
I mean, your dice, maybe your attack dice may be on the side of a bit higher with the crits.
it's not. Yeah.
It probably evens out with focus and.
Well, the blanks are low. No, my blanks are high.
Yeah.
On my attack, but my evades, then balanced out. But poor Scott, his green dice kind of did fail him in that game.
Unfortunately, yeah. But yeah, probably his attack was higher than normal.
Yeah, no, it's probably pretty.
Well, probably, yeah.
It's very average.
But a good game.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
And we'll see you next time.